This is Eyewitness News on LA56 with live breaking news.
Breaking news, 2 bodies found in a Beverly Hills home. This is Eyewitness News at 7 on LA56. I'm Rudy Shabazi in for Colleen Sullivan.
And I'm David Ono. Bill Thomas is live over the scene in Air7 HD with breaking details. Bill?
David, this is the 300 block of South Elm Drive in Beverly Hills, 4:25 this afternoon. Beverly Hills police officers, they tell us, they responded to reports from a witness regarding 2 bodies found at this apartment complex. You see the caution tape up there, the police tape, and police officers right there in the courtyard. They are confirming they found the bodies of 1 male and 1 female here at the complex. They're investigating this, they say, as a possible murder-suicide. At this point, they are not conducting a suspect search back on the street. More police officers there on Elm Drive, and their investigation continues. Reporting live from Air7 HD, I'm Bill Thomas, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Bill, thank you. A former teacher at an exclusive school for girls in Hancock Park enters a not guilty plea to felony sex charges. He's accused of having a sexual relationship with a student more than a decade ago. Eyewitness News reporter Amy Powell has details.
With the understanding that your hearing will be on that date or within 10 court days of March 26, 2015.
Appearing before a judge at the criminal courts building this morning, Joseph Cotters entered a not guilty plea to felony charges. The 47-year-old, a former English teacher at Marlborough School, is accused of having a sexual relationship with a 16-year-old student. Prosecutors claim Cotters, who worked at the all-girls private school for more than a decade, initiated a relationship with the teenager in 2000, and it continued for 2 years. She decided to notify police last July after learning of other sex crime allegations against Cotters on an online blog. An attorney representing the victim claims his client became pregnant by the teacher.
He pressured her to get an abortion, and a couple months went by, and she actually miscarried the baby.
The judge is allowing Cotters to remain free on $140,000 bail. However, he's been ordered to stay away from his accuser.
Because Mr. Cotters and his counsel know who the victim is, I think it's sufficient that the court make a no-contact stay-away order from the victim.
Amy Powell, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
And today we're learning more about the Metrolink crash that injured dozens as NTSB officials continue their investigation into what caused it all. Eyewitness News reporter Sid Garcia has the latest on the investigation.
The repair work is done, but the investigation is far from over. The National Transportation Safety Board says they're not sure if the pickup truck hit by the Metrolink train was stuck on the tracks.
It would be erroneous to think that it was stuck in the grade crossing, either trapped between arms, gates. Now, what happened after it traveled westbound, why it remained there, is what we intend to find out.
Meantime, the driver of the pickup, Jose Alejandro Sanchez Ramirez, remains in custody for felony hit and run. Oxnard police say Sanchez Ramirez accidentally drove his truck onto the railroad tracks instead of 5th Street. Police say they found the driver a mile and a half away from the crash site.
I think his first reaction was trying to find help on foot, and then when he found out, because he's not familiar with the area, when he found out there was nobody around or there was nobody who could help, that's when he called his son to ask, help. I think most of it, he was very nervous, he was very upset, he was in shock, and he was trying to find the best way to help people.
28 passengers and crew were rushed to 5 nearby hospitals. Ventura County Medical Center has 6 patients, 3 in critical condition, including the engineer.
Around 10 a.m., he had a turn for the worse. His heart actually stopped. He had a cardiac arrest. Thankfully, he was already within the ICU, and he was immediately responded to. Resuscitation efforts were undertaken. His heart came back and yet again stopped once again within minutes of the first arrest. Continual efforts were made, and actually they were able to bring back his heart.
Now, the driver of the pickup truck, Sanchez Ramirez, is scheduled to make his first court appearance tomorrow afternoon. In Oxnard, Sid Garcia, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Many Metrolink commuters were forced to adjust their schedules to get where they were going today. Passengers who typically use the Oxnard, Camarillo, and Ventura East stations were bused into Moore Park to board the train south. Some who we spoke to were still nervous about getting on board.
There's concern about the safety. That's the main concern we have.
I'm rolling the chances that the same thing won't happen 2 days in a row, but there's always that worry and concern.
Meantime, the tracks were repaired overnight and full Metrolink service has resumed on Ventura County line. The first Metrolink train will pass the incident site in about 39 minutes from right now. And stay with Eyewitness News for any new developments in the Oxnard Metrolink crash. Also stay connected on ABC7.com by following us on ABC7 on Facebook and Twitter and with the free ABC7 app.
Closing arguments got underway in the trial of a man accused of stabbing a Cal State Fullerton student to death 20 years ago. Sam Lopez is accused of murdering his former girlfriend, Kathy Torres, back in 1994. Prosecutors allege that Lopez stabbed Torres more than 70 times, then had his cousin put her in the trunk of her car while she was still alive. Her body was found a week later, still in the car. The defense claims Lopez's cousin killed Torres. Coming up on Eyewitness News at 7:30, we'll hear from both sides in court.
The man accused of reckless pursuit on Monday from Northridge to the Antelope Valley has pleaded not guilty. Bail was set at $290,000 for 33-year-old Sean Dershel. Criminal charges were filed earlier today. Police say he was traveling at speeds of up to from 115 to 120 miles an hour in his pickup truck. It came to an end in Quartz Hill near Lancaster with a pit maneuver and a collision with another vehicle. He surrendered about a half hour later.
A search is underway in Burbank for two fake mail delivery men who forced their way into a home and robbed the resident. It happened Saturday in the 1300 block of Paseo Redondo. The victim is now offering a reward to find the suspects. Eyewitness News reporter Leo Stallworth has the latest from investigators.
We just want to make sure you're okay. Are you okay?
Even though it's been nearly 4 months since the home invasion robbery of this residence of the hills of Burbank, this woman remains shaken up. Today, Burbank police released a photo of a man who they believe could possibly be linked to the crime. They say he was driving this truck the day of the robbery.
Being in that area before, just prior to, and just after, and this person associated with this vehicle, we're led to believe there's some type of connection there.
Police say the photos were captured from surveillance cameras in the area. The home invasion robbery happened November 1st. They say two men posing as mail delivery employees knocked on the door, and when the housekeeper answered, they forced their way in.
One male was wearing a ski mask and was armed with a handgun. They forced the female into a bathroom.
Police say the bandits made off with $500,000.
You know, it'd be speculation as to why they would keep that kind of cash at their home. That is obviously a significant amount.
We talked to residents in the community.
I mean, anybody is a little concerned if you have a home invasion in your neighborhood.
I've never been subject to a home invasion, and I can't say any of my neighbors immediately around me have.
So scary?
No, I feel very safe here.
Police say the resident of the home targeted for the crime is offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the suspects. In Burbank, Leo Stallworth, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
And anyone with information is asked to call Burbank police investigators at 818-238-3086.
The Southwest Airlines planes that missed a required backup rudder system inspection were allowed to fly today. However, Southwest has to complete those inspections in the next 5 days. Yesterday, the airline grounded 128 planes after discovering the missed inspections. 80 flights were canceled yesterday, and about 19 more were expected to be canceled today while some of those inspections are done.
Well, can we expect some raindrops over the weekend? Danny Romero is in for Jonathan Novak. Danny.
All right, thanks very much, Ruta Bay. David, I'll tell you what, we're looking at some clouds starting to make their way to Southern California, and yeah, there's going to be a little bit of precipitation heading our way. Here's our LAX camera right now. On a Wednesday night, we can see some twinkling lights above, some clouds moving in. Down to OC we go. Disneyland, to be exact, California Adventure, and today, pretty nice day over the area. Boy, can't complain too much at all. Sunshine and 74 at San Gabriel this afternoon. A little cooler on the coast, of course. 66 for Santa Monica. Whereas Simi Valley, very nice at 72. Anaheim at 74 for the high this afternoon. Riverside at 77. Right now, as we head towards the cool of the evening, when everything's getting kind of spooky. 61, Ontario. Same for Fullerton as well. Santa Ana at 63. Riverside at 52. Palm Springs, very nice. 73 degrees here in the 7 o'clock hour, but cool on the coast. A few clouds and 58 at Santa Monica, 59 at Oxnard right now. Now, as far as that rain coming our way, how much we get, how long it lasts, I'll tell you when I come back with a 7-day in just a bit. Right now, David and Ruta Bay. Go ahead.
All right, thank you, Danny. Terror arrests right here in the U.S. 3 men are in custody accused of plotting to help ISIS, even willing to kill Americans. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has details from New York.
The 3 suspects in court tonight in New York and Florida, accused of plotting to join the terror group ISIS and kill Americans, including President Obama. One of the men arrested at JFK Airport today, just as police and the FBI say he was about to board a plane heading to Syria.
Thank God we will never know if they really wanted to, if they really were intent on committing acts of terror or were just talking.
The FBI took the threats from the 3 men who live in Brooklyn but are from Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan seriously, starting their investigation after they say one suspect, 24-year-old Abdurasul Jurabov, posted on an ISIS website back in August. I am in USA now, but is it possible to commit ourselves as dedicated martyrs anyway while here? To shoot Obama and then get shot ourselves? Will it do?
This is real. This is the concern about the lone wolf inspired to act without ever going to the Middle East.
Investigators claim the suspects also discussed killing police, FBI agents, and bombing Coney Island. Though the FBI believes they were in the very early planning stages, they say this emphasizes growing concerns about the terror group's reach.
The volunteers keep coming and now supposedly have come from 90 countries.
The 3 suspects are charged with conspiring to support ISIS. The FBI says in just the past year, more than 20 other people have been arrested trying to fly from America to join the terror group. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, New York.
And a scare in space today, some 268 miles above the Earth. One of 2 astronauts on a spacewalk today ended up with water inside his helmet. NASA says he wasn't in danger, but in 2013, another astronaut nearly drowned when his helmet filled with water. Today was the second of 3 spacewalks to install hundreds of feet of cable for 2 new docking ports that will serve commercial capsules. Mission Control will decide if the 3rd spacewalk can proceed. Now, over the weekend, astronaut Butch Wilmore snapped this stellar selfie with the Earth behind him.
Wow. Well, up next, wild freeway crashes caught on camera.
A driver is tossed out of his vehicle as it rolls over. We'll show you what he did next.
Plus, a car careens off an icy bridge and the driver lives to talk about it. Why he said he feels pretty stupid tonight.
It's a Madonna mishap and the cameras caught it happening. I'm George Pinocchio, her stage scare in tonight's Hollywood Wrap. Plus, the animated stars of Frozen are back with a news story, where you'll soon be able to see it next.
Caught on camera, a driver getting thrown from his car onto a highway during a crash. This was in Cleveland, Ohio. That's a Highway Patrol dash camera recording it. Luckily for the man who was ejected, the patrol car was able to shield other cars from running him over. The man was not seriously hurt, but he was cited for causing this accident, and it happened last month. The Highway Patrol released the video hoping it'll remind everyone to wear a seatbelt because this man was not wearing his.
And caught on multiple cameras, a suspected drunk driver flying off a Massachusetts highway. Police say the driver was intoxicated when he went through a retaining wall, took out a sign and a light, and plunged onto the road below. He admits he'd had a few drinks, but says he was also very tired. He's just glad he wasn't seriously hurt and that he didn't hurt anyone else.
The truck got a little shaky, so I thought I just tipped over or something. But woke up to the sound of, I think it was the paramedics or the EMTs ripping the car door open. I feel idiotic a little bit. I mean, excuse my language, but that's how I feel.
He has a long history of driving infractions, including at least 5 speeding tickets in the last 15 years. His license has been revoked.
Let's get away from all this cold and warm things up. Are you in the mood for love? There's some great new video of gray whales courting and even mating just off Dana Point Harbor. Take a look. A drone captured the video with Dana Pride Captain Frank Brennan operating the drone. Excited passengers witnessed the courting and mating of the gray whales. Gray whales make the longest migration of any mammal, traveling up to 14,000 miles round trip. And you can check it out. The Dana Point Festival of Whales is the first 2 weekends in March.
All right. And speaking of warming things up, let's head over to Danny Romero for a check on weather. Danny, is it going to get warmer?
I'll tell you what, we're going to get some clouds and some rain, Ruta, baby, before it's all said and done. And, David, I'll tell you what, clouds start moving a little bit later on this weekend. And with that, some much-needed rain. Again, we'll take whatever we can get. Right now, skies are pretty clear wherever we look. We got our Irvine Spectrum camera showing the OC, clear skies there. Swing it now over to our live HD look at Burbank in the Valley. Very clear here on a Wednesday night. Downtown skies, just pristine. A gorgeous day today, heading towards a pretty nice night. Temperatures not showing up at all, kind of on the blank side. We'll move forward and show you what's going on with us as far as our weather's concerned. Here's where the change is coming away. Right now, this ridge of high pressure is still in place, so we had a great day today. Clear, nice and warm, sunshine all around. Here's the change that's coming. We're watching this low towards our north as this starts to drop down to us, bringing with us that onshore flow. And if it stays a little bit over the water, it brings up a lot more moisture. So we could get a little better rain on this event than the next one. Watch the clock now going to Saturday and the weekend. That's where the energy is going to be through us. Saturday and Sunday will be the biggest part of this system moving through, bringing us our first shot at rain, but yet another one beyond that as well. For tonight, we're down to 36 in Wrightwood. Bundle up in Lancaster, it's down to 34. Otherwise, we're seeing 40s for Santa Clarita and Northridge, 52 overnight in Malibu. And then tomorrow, we're going to see sunshine again, a pretty nice day. Enjoy it as things start to change after that. 73 the high in Santa Clarita, 72 in Pasadena. Anaheim tops off at 70. We'll get to 69 in Irvine. Same for Beaumont with a 70 at Lake Elsinore and a 71 at Riverside. We look ahead now. 7-day power back weather and showing like this. Morning clouds tomorrow in the LA Metro Orange County area. Then a sunny afternoon, 72 for the high downtown. Not bad at all. Now, here comes that cooling, down to 69 for a high on Friday with some morning clouds and partly cloudy skies at the end. And then here comes that rain coming in more than likely later in the afternoon on Saturday, right into Sunday as well. We get a slight break on Monday, then yet another system comes in, bringing us another chance of showers on Tuesday with clouds and cool conditions into Wednesday as well. For the valleys and the Inland Empire, a nice day tomorrow, sunshine all around. Then the clouds, marine layer sets up Friday, pushing inland a little bit. Partly cloudy skies there and cooler temps. Much cooler on the weekend. Not only a chance of rain, some winds, a chance of thunderstorm action as well on the weekend. Watch for that. Monday, the break, and then here we go. Tuesday with another chance of clouds and showers coming in. Beach areas will be cloudy and on the cool side. Here comes that rain chance on Saturday and Sunday. The winds kicking up as well. Cloudy skies and showers Tuesday and Wednesday for the coastal spots. Our mountain areas will be sunny and great tomorrow. Just a lot of sunshine, 50s. Now the cooling, the clouds, and the showers. Snow level down to 6,000 feet. Could get up to 8 inches of snow by Sunday. Head towards the week ahead. More showers there Monday and Tuesday as well. The high desert, we're looking pretty good tomorrow. And then here come the cooling temps, the winds, and that chance of showers over the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, another chance again on Tuesday, but windy all the way through there. David Rudabate, all yours.
Thank you, Danny. In tonight's Hollywood Wrap, the next chapter in the animated world of Frozen.
Plus, Lady Gaga joins the TV world, but first, a Madonna mishap caught on tape. Here's George Pinocchio with the details. Hey, George.
Hey, this is interesting to watch. It's a bit of a wardrobe malfunction, and it saw Madonna take quite a tumble on stage at the Brit Awards in London. The singer was accidentally pulled backwards down a flight of stairs. It looks like a dancer was trying to remove her very long cape, which Madonna later said just was tied too tightly. Ever the pro, though, she picked herself up and finished the song without any further disruption. Madonna later posted on her Instagram account that she is fine. Fresh off her triumph on Sunday's Oscar Sunday, Lady Gaga is making a new transition to television. She's set to star in the next installment of the FX series American Horror Story. The Frozen phenomenon is as hot as ever. The gang returns in a short film sequel in just about 2 weeks.
I'm not eating cake. Olaf, it's for Anna. And it's for Anna.
Frozen Fever will be shown in theaters before the new live-action Cinderella starring Lily James and Kate Blanchett beginning March 13th. Will Smith made his return to the red carpet for the premiere of his new movie, Focus. In the thriller, Will plays a smooth and seasoned con man who's taken a new protege under his wing.
Nikki is clever. Nikki is apparently sexy. I heard that. And Nikki is injured. You know, and then from that point, hijinks ensue. You know, this movie marks a bit of a transition for me. It's a different type of movie, a little more mature. It's a rated R movie. It's a grown folks movie. There's grown folks stuff going on.
Margot Robbie co-stars in Focus. It'll be in theaters on Friday. And that's tonight's Hollywood Wrap.
All right, thanks, George. And more controversial comments from Pope Francis, why the Vatican is doing damage control tonight.
Plus, a new suspected drug tunnel discovered along the Mexican border, and we'll show you where.
And the search is on for the person who stole a custom-made wheelchair from a 5-year-old girl. How a community is coming together to help. In Arizona, Border Patrol and ICE agents have uncovered a sophisticated drug smuggling tunnel into Mexico below a home near the border. The tunnel's entrance is a cement shaft with a hydraulic lift, and the passageway is tall enough to allow a person to stand upright. Feds are now working with Mexican authorities to shut down the opening on the other side. And in Colombia, a major drug bust ends in the seizure of millions in cocaine headed for Mexico. Authorities recovered more than 6,600 pounds, more than $90 million worth of cocaine from a drug trafficking gang in northeast Colombia. The drugs were stashed in the jungle inside holes covered with wood and headed for transport to Central America, mostly to Mexico.
The Vatican is doing a little damage control after Pope Francis made a reference that upset some people in Mexico. In an email to a friend in Argentina, his native country, the Pope was discussing drug trafficking and wrote, quote, "Hopefully we are in time to avoid Mexicanization." The Mexican government complained. The Vatican responded with a diplomatic message insisting that Francis meant no offense and only intended to emphasize the seriousness of the drug trafficking problem in Latin America.
We're updating the evening's top stories next at 7:30, including a former office manager for a Catholic school arraigned on embezzlement and other charges. Details on this disturbing case.
Plus, a Rialto police dog attacks his own handler's son, and now what will become of the dog? It's all next on Eyewitness News at 7:30 here on LA56.
Live from ABC7, this is Eyewitness News at 7:30 p.m. on LA56.
Our top story at 7:30, 2 bodies found in a Beverly Hills home. I'm Rutabaga Shabazi in for Colleen Sullivan.
I'm David Ona. This is Eyewitness News at 7:30 on LA56. The residence is located on the 300 block of Elm Drive. Beverly Hills police tell us they found the bodies of a man and a woman inside the home around 4:30 this afternoon. Police say they're investigating this case as a possible murder-suicide and are not looking for any suspects.
A former teacher at an exclusive school for girls in Hancock Park has pleaded not guilty to felony sex charges. 47-year-old Joseph Cotters is accused of having a sexual relationship with a student more than a decade ago. Prosecutors claim Cotters, who worked at Marlboro School for more than a decade, initiated a relationship with the teenager in 2000 and that it continued for 2 years. The former teacher is free on bail, but he's been ordered to stay away from his accuser. If convicted, Cotters could face up to 5 years in state prison.
Closing arguments got underway in the trial of a man accused of stabbing Cal State Fullerton student Kathy Torres to death more than 20 years ago. As Orange County Bureau Chief Eileen Frere reports, the prosecution and defense had very different versions of who killed the honors student.
The prosecutor told jurors actions speak louder than words. Sam Lopez, accused of murdering his former girlfriend Kathy Torres more than 20 years ago. Jurors watched a video of him from 1994 as the then 22-year-old waited in a police interview room.
We literally just saw a greater display of emotion over dirt on his hat than the death of Kathy Torres.
The 20-year-old Cal State Fullerton honors student left work February 12, 1994, but never returned home.
The person Kathy Torres was about to see right before she was butchered is sitting right there.
Prosecutors allege Lopez stabbed Torres more than 70 times. His cousin Javier Lopez helped put her in the trunk of her car while still alive. During the intense search for her, prosecutors say Torres' family tried repeatedly to reach Lopez.
Sam Lopez did nothing to help this family locate Kathy.
Her body was found a week later in her car, parked outside a Placentia hospital. The prosecutor alleges Lopez, despite having his own girlfriend, was enraged by jealousy. Witnesses testified he proposed to Torres, but she planned to turn him down.
Jealousy turning into anger, turning into violence.
The defense says Javier Lopez, not Sam, killed Torres. Javier's DNA was found on her and her car. The defense criticized the prosecution for jumping to conclusions.
The detectives made up their mind about who did this murder within hours before they talked to any witnesses.
Now, we didn't get to hear very much of the defense's closing argument, only about 45 minutes before the end of the court day, so the defense will resume its closing arguments tomorrow. As for Javier Lopez, that's Sam's cousin, as well as Sam's brother Armando. Both of those men were also charged in connection with the case. They are being tried separately. In Santa Ana, Eileen Frere, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
A former office manager who worked at a local Catholic school faced a judge accused of embezzling more than $400,000 from the school's fundraising program. 40-year-old Adela Tapia is accused of stealing more than $438,000 in cash and gift cards from Holy Family Cathedral School in Orange. Authorities say Tapia worked as the school's script card coordinator from 2006 to 2011. She would allegedly buy the gift cards, which were supposed to be part of a fundraiser, and then sell them to people and pocket the cash.
It's alleged that a lot of the money was spent on lifestyle enhancement, and it was over and above what she and her husband were earning.
Officers arrested Tapia yesterday after investigating her for more than 3 years. If convicted, Tapia faces a maximum of 14 years in state prison. Meantime, the officials at Holy Family Cathedral School say they are grateful to the community for its support.
The Los Angeles School District employee is again accusing Superintendent Ramon Cortines of sexual harassment. Scott Graham, the LAUSD's facilities manager, is suing both Cortines and the district, claiming it failed to take action when told of the alleged harassment. Graham has sued before, claiming Cortines made unwanted sexual advances toward him. Cortines has said their encounters were consensual. And the family of a 5-year-old disabled girl was shocked someone took her custom wheelchair from the family truck. They're also touched by the outpouring of support for the little girl. As Eyewitness News Inland Empire reporter Leticia Juarez tells us, the Sheriff's Department is investigating the theft.
Ilea Taveria has no idea who'd want to steal her bright pink custom-built wheelchair.
The wheels light up.
Last week, her mom says the wheelchair was taken from the family's truck parked outside their Apple Valley apartment. She admits she forgot to lock it.
You would think, who would want to steal from a child? That was devastating.
Aaliyah was born with a rare birth defect that affects her hip bone. She had a portion of her left leg amputated and walks with the help of a prosthetic leg, but uses her wheelchair to get around from time to time.
If we go to a place and if we need to walk far away, that means I need to use it, and my family helps me sometimes.
In the coming months, the wheelchair will be needed. The 5-year-old's hip bone isn't growing correctly and will require surgery.
So she's going to have surgery this year, and she'll need to be in it after the surgery for about 3 to 4 months.
Aaliyah's story has touched a nerve in the community after her mom posted about the theft to social media.
It's so sad. It's so sad. I cannot believe that someone could do that to a child.
I think it's sad that the person who did this doesn't have the kind of heart to realize that that belongs to somebody that's really in need and special.
The outpouring coming as a surprise to the family, who wanted nothing more than to get the word out about the stolen wheelchair.
It blew up just in that day, and the whole community wanted to help instantly.
The family tells us they have placed a call to their insurance company but have not heard back on whether they will be able to replace the wheelchair. But they say the community has been very generous, offering to help them buy a new one. Reporting in Hesperia, Leticia Juarez, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Singer Robin Thicke took the stand today to defend himself in a copyright infringement suit over his smash hit Blurred Lines. The family of Marvin Gaye is suing Thicke and Pharrell Williams, accusing them of copying Gaye's song Got to Give It Up. Today, Thicke admitted to the song is one of his favorites, but testified there's a difference between an inspiration and a copy. He also played a keyboard to demonstrate how separate songs can share melodic lines. Meantime, the ex-wife of former Dodgers owner Frank McCourt will have to live with her $131 million divorce settlement. An appeals judge refused to overturn the settlement, which Jamie McCourt argued was agreed upon under false pretenses. She claimed her ex-husband estimated his total worth at roughly $300 million, but then just a few months later, he sold the Dodgers for a record $2 billion.
Actress Lindsay Lohan has been ordered to serve 125 additional hours of community service. Lohan, seen here in earlier video, was not at today's hearing. The additional hours were ordered after the prosecution objected to some of the work she had considered community service, such as a meet and greet with volunteers. The community service is part of her probation from a 2012 crash in Santa Monica. Another hearing is set for March 12th to determine what type of community service will be considered acceptable. And a woman is hospitalized in grave condition after being rescued from a fire at a Hollywood strip mall. The flames broke out just before 7:30 this morning on Santa Monica Boulevard near Edgemont Street. Firefighters pulled the woman out to safety and took about 40 minutes to put out the fire. The fast-moving fire gutted more than a half a dozen businesses. Officials say the victim appeared to have been living in an illegal converted unit in the commercial building. The cause of this fire is under investigation.
We have an update on the Rialto canine who attacked and severely injured his partner's young son. It was thought the dog might be put down. Inland Empire Bureau Chief Rob McMillan tells us what's going to happen instead.
He's the Rialto police dog who mauled his handler's own 4-year-old son. While police have decided that Django will not be euthanized, his days as a police dog are over.
Where we're at with Django is that Django has been retired.
The incident happened back on February 8th in this Hesperia neighborhood. Django was in his handler's backyard running free. That's when the handler's 4-year-old son unlocked the back slider and walked outside. Now, it's unclear what, if anything, the boy did to provoke the incident, but at some point, Django attacked him. Doctors amputated the boy's foot and part of his leg, but if not for fast action by this neighbor who pried the dog's jaws off the child, it might have been worse.
I was more than willing to take the situation away from that boy and put it on me. I didn't care if I got bit.
Originally, the thought was that Django might have to be put down, But Rialto police say incidents involving police dogs are handled differently than pets.
Because he is considered a member of the department, the chief has the final discretion on that. And again, the chief decided that the best thing would be for Django to be retired at this point.
Even though Django is retired, it's likely he'll end up in the home of a veteran police handler. As for whether Django's handler was following proper procedures regarding his canine partner, well, that's still under investigation. As for that officer, he remains off duty, tending to his family. In Rialto, Rob McMillan, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Up next here at 7:30, a student protest turns violent south of the border.
Why the planned protest flew out of control, turning into a wild melee with police.
And we go into a Great Lakes ice cave for a look at a beautiful and frozen discovery.
Amazing shot. Hi there, I'm Danny Romero in for Jonathan. And yeah, we have clouds and rain on the way. When we get here, I'll let you know with a 7-day in just a bit.
In Mexico, clashes between demonstrators and police turn violent. This was the scene in Acapulco as 4,000 teachers marched through the resort city to protest the disappearance of 43 students last fall and to demand better working conditions. Riot police blocked the main road to prevent them from taking over the airport, but they used a passenger bus to break the police line. 12 people were injured, including 7 officers. Dozens were arrested.
A powerful winter storm triggers deadly avalanches in northeastern Afghanistan. At least 124 people have been killed as homes across 4 northeastern provinces were buried in snow and debris. At least 100 homes were destroyed or damaged in one area alone. The heavy storm covered much of the country in snow. There is little infrastructure or development outside major Afghan cities, making natural disasters that much deadlier in rural areas. Well, here in the United States, millions of Americans have endured weeks of snow and sub-zero temperatures, but the bitter cold has created something quite beautiful on the frozen Great Lakes. ABC's Alex Perez shows us something stunning hidden in the ice.
Tonight, over a frozen Lake Michigan, we embark on a journey for a glimpse at a true winter wonder, rarely seen ice caves.
I want you guys to, follow in a single file line behind me.
Our guide, Eric LaPaul, leading us as we trek through the snow to the shoreline. all of that white out there, that's actually water. One wrong step on thin ice, and we plunge into bone-chilling water. This is the cave right here. The entrance is kind of small. You can see all this ice here. We got to get down to get inside. Once inside, angry waves, now motionless.
As the waves crash up and freeze and create these beautiful glowing stalactite icicle formations.
Usually spotted once a decade, but with the recent Arctic winters, this is the second year in a row the majestic caves form here. Mother Nature's masterpiece shining through the burn of the bitter cold. Alex Perez, ABC News, Glen Arbor, Michigan.
That looks beautiful, but very cold.
Absolutely beautiful, but sitting there is probably not comfortable.
Yeah, makes for great video, though. Danny Romero says get ready for some weekend raindrops here in Southern California. His complete forecast is next.
In sports, reigning American League MVP Mike Trout talks about his stardom and how he likes to carry himself like the great Derek Jeter.
And a tree planted for George Harrison in Griffith Park killed by beetles. Today, a special tribute and a replanting on what would have been Harrison's 72nd birthday. Welcome back. Danny Romero in for Jonathan Novak tonight, and some more possible rain on the way.
Yeah, you know, we need it. We're way behind on the water jar, and it is a jar. It's not a bucket anymore. It's just a jar. Small little parcel. It's a teacup. But we want to add to our teacup. Make it overflow. Let's go outside. Let's take a look at our live HD camera. We've got Laguna Beach going on, and Laguna Beach clear right now. Pretty nice. I mean, we're talking about a great couple of days right now. In between the rain we had a few days ago and the rain we're going to get before the weekend is done. Our downtown LA skyline is clear and looking pretty good too. We're heading towards some cool spots, of course, all around the area. We're seeing today a high of 72 downtown. 69 the normal temp, so again, a temperature above normal. We're watching now that rain bucket, 6.42. We're going to add somewhat to that, hopefully a good inch or so before it's all said and done. Sunrise tomorrow at 6:26 to get your day going. And here's what's going to change our weather from that ridge of high pressure we've been having, giving us these very nice, sunny, even warm, above average temperature days. Now, the changes start to move in Thursday and into the weekend. This low starts to work to our north, starting to track down towards the coastline. Now, as it moves in, if it stays over the water, we get a lot of moisture mixed in, will increase our rain amounts. We head to Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Now that main energy is now among us and moving through the area through the weekend, bringing us some good rain, wind, and snow. And it's a cold system, too, coming from the north like that, so temps are going to drop down, as will snow levels throughout the next weekend or so. Tonight, we're a cold one in Big Bear, 29. 34 in Lancaster, 38 Fraser Park, 48 at Fillmore, 52 overnight at Inglewood. Then tomorrow, another sunny day. What a nice one. 72 for Northridge, 67 though in Thousand Oaks, Malibu 67 as well. Same for Redondo Beach. The inland numbers will be in the 70s at Covina at 71. Same for Riverside with 70 in Lake Elsinore, and San Bernardino topping off at 72 tomorrow afternoon. We look ahead now. 7-day power back weather, showing some clouds, some fog in the morning hours, then sunshine in the afternoon, 70s once again. Now the cooling comes. Friday, morning clouds, partly cloudy skies in the afternoon. Now that first shot of rain on the weekend. Saturday into Sunday, a little break Monday. Another system moves in. For Tuesday, bringing us clouds, wind, and showers there as well. For the valleys and Inland Empire, a gorgeous day again tomorrow. Now, Friday, a little bit cooler, still some sunshine later on, but some clouds mixed in. Now, the rain, a chance of thunderstorms, winds kicking in on Saturday and Sunday as well. Monday, a slight intermission. Another system drops in. Tuesday, bringing us clouds and showers into Wednesday as well. For the beach areas, we've got morning clouds and fog. That marine layer is thick. Next couple of mornings, temps start to drop down to the 50s for the highs on the weekend. When our rain moves in with the winds as well, and then there too, Tuesday and Wednesday, another round of precipitation coming our way. Mountains, sunny, gorgeous day again. Tomorrow, a little breezy. On Friday, the temps drop down to the 30s in the mountains. We'll see 3 to 6 inches of snow on Saturday, up to 8 inches on Sunday with the winds going strong, system moving through, and very cold again, and continuing into Tuesday as well, partly cloudy skies on Wednesday. The high desert areas will be sunny with a lot of sunshine. Then the winds kick in and the clouds move in there as well. So we get showers. We'll get winds strong on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Still cold on Monday, and then another chance of rain coming our way on Tuesday as well. So umbrellas, keep them around. Rudy, David, go ahead.
All right, Danny, thank you. The Angels' full squad workouts began today, but all the attention today in Tempe surrounded the reigning American League MVP, and Rob Okazaki is with the Angels at spring training and has this report.
As the Angels hit the field for the first day of full squad workouts, all eyes are on superstar Mike Trout. Being named American League MVP in just his third full season in the majors, along with all the other accolades already, has exceeded what he dreamed of as a kid.
It's been a fast couple years for me with all the stuff happening, but you know, I'm having fun every step of the way, and not taking it for granted.
Trout admits he's still getting used to being in the category of star athlete / celebrity.
It's a little different, like you said, going out in restaurants and stuff. Get noticed a little bit more, but so I'm having fun with it.
Trout, along with fellow MVP Dodger ace Clayton Kershaw, are this era's version of the faces of Major League Baseball. And with his recent stardom, Trout plans to carry the torch like his favorite player growing up did for 20 years, Derek Jeter.
Played the game the right way, great role model for kids, stayed out of trouble, and that's the way I try to, be like him.
On a more serious note, controversy in the air here in Tempe, Arizona, right off the bat, involving someone who is no stranger to controversy, Angels outfielder Josh Hamilton. Angels general manager Jared DePoto did confirm in LA Times report that Hamilton met with Major League Baseball officials regarding a disciplinary issue, though he wouldn't give any details to why they met. Hamilton was suspended from Major League Baseball between 2003 and 2005 because of addiction to cocaine and alcohol. He is out until May after having surgery on his right shoulder. In Tempe, Arizona, I'm Rob Fukuzaki, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
It's ironic, to say the least. Beatles destroy a tree planted to remember the late, great Beatles guitarist George Harrison. Today, on what would have been his 72nd birthday, a new memorial stands. And as Eyewitness News reporter Giovanna Lara shows us, all it needs is love, plus some water and sunshine.
Here comes the sun. just in time for the replanting of the George Harrison Memorial Tree, a gorgeous afternoon on the day of the former Beatles' 72nd birthday.
Hundreds of people came out. They love George Harrison. We love his music. We love what he stood for, how he was all about nature, just a special human being.
The new tree replaces a pine tree that was planted back in 2002, a year after Harrison's death. That pine succumbed to the brutal heat and drought last summer, and ironically an infestation of bark beetles.
I know he would be very happy to know that, we're putting a healthy one back in, and hopefully it will withstand all of the elements.
City Council member Tom LaBonge promised to replace the fallen pine when the season would be gentler on the new tree. And today that promise was fulfilled as the sun set on Griffith Park. Silvana Lotta, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
More news straight ahead here at 7:30 and ahead tonight on Eyewitness News at 11 on ABC7. It is expensive to live here in Los Angeles, but relief may be on the way. We'll show you what is being done to make it more affordable, plus how you can own a piece of former Toronto Mayor Rob Ford's checkered past. These stories and all the late-breaking news on Southern California's #1 late newscast, Eyewitness News at 11 on ABC7.
Hopefully the engineers of the future took part today in the Engineer Games. Raytheon in El Segundo hosted about 150 students from 17 local high schools. The games let them see what it's like to be an engineer from real working engineers. And Raytheon says the U.S. needs to prepare students for an increasingly competitive economy. Students were given a broken radio and then asked to fix the tuner set to a signal broadcast in the room. Prizes include bragging rights, of course, a big trophy, and iPads.
When he's not walking the beat, this sheriff's deputy is banging on his drums. Not bad. Check out this video shot by Eyewitness Armando Morales. Morales was with friends playing the new drum set in front of a home in East LA when deputies on patrol stopped by. They got out and wanted to hear them play when Deputy Dustin Miller got behind the drum set and blew everyone away. Deputy Miller is assigned to the Community Policing Bureau and is encouraged to interact with the community.
I think they were a little taken back. Just most of the time they probably wouldn't expect law enforcement approaching people in that way, and that's kind of what we want to do, is show that we're a part of the community and outreach with them.
Little taken aback. This video has already gotten more than 50,000 views on Facebook and nearly 1,000 shares. It was brought to our attention with the hashtag ABC7 Eyewitness. And remember, you can join our circle of eyewitnesses. Just post your pictures or videos to social media and use the hashtag ABC7 Eyewitness.
This is ABC7 Weather with Danny Romero.
We're looking at some gorgeous couple of days with us, but then some changes for the weekend. As we see our high-pressure ridge start to break down as we head towards Thursday and Friday. The next weather maker is this low dropping down from the north with some cold air, some wind and rain. The low stays out over the coast. We're going to get some pretty good rain amounts out of this Friday, Saturday, more Saturday and Sunday. And then again, another system moves in behind that for the following week. That's good news. Rain is on the way. Numbers tonight down to 42 in San Bernardino, 36 for Wrightwood, and 34 for Lancaster. 50s for Redondo Beach, Inglewood, and Malibu. And then the highs tomorrow. Another day of sunshine, so enjoy a 72 in Simi Valley, a 72 in Northridge as well, with a 71 for Covina, but a cooler 65 Huntington Beach, and a 72 in San Bernardino. We look ahead now. 7-day. Power back weather. Here's the changes coming. Tomorrow, nice day. Morning clouds and sunshine in the afternoon. Cooling down Friday, more clouds move in, then here comes that rain Saturday and Sunday. A little intermission on Monday, another system drops in. Tuesday, bringing more clouds and showers our way. For the valleys, Inland Empire, a couple of days nice, and then the cooling and the rain. The temps drop down the low 60s Saturday and Sunday with thunderstorms possible, winds kicking up as well. A little break Monday, another system drops in, bringing rain for the valleys, inland spots Tuesday and Wednesday. Look ahead to the beaches and there.